We're playing Synochess on podchess.org. Schroeder will have the normal army of chess, and I'll have this army. Pawns move like this. I should have said that. Elephants move 2 diagonally if they can jump. 1 or 2 diagonally if they can jump. Cannons move and capture by jumping over pieces and capturing. The general and king move the same, but this is the king, which is the royal piece. I cannot castle. Kings cannot look at each other on open files or ranks. If your king gets to the other side without being a check, it's a win. There are no stalemates or perpetual checks. I'll post the rules next below as always. Sure, can you go ahead and click that game of Synochess?
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So I also have 2 pawns that I can place down at any time, but they have to be on the 5th rank where my pawns already are.
So how come you don't do live too?
I'm just not doing it right now. I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been playing around more with the VCB rack, Travis.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I just added like so many other additions.
I don't want to get addicted to it because I don't want to get like down that road of buying those type of things. I told Mike that yesterday. I don't want to like because they're very cheap and they're just modular, so you can just continue adding on very cheap things. Yeah,
Totally.
pawns capture so.
And then it adds up. Oh yeah, I forgot that you.
What's the
I
VCB
don't know.
rack?
It's a modular stuff.
Well, I think what's nice about it, Travis, is the fact that it's so versatile as a program,
And you plug
and
different
there's so
wires,
many
like
different
patches.
things that you can add on.
Oh, so it's a
and
program.
download.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Virtual your rack. Nice. Holy shit.
And it's also really complicated to figure out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's like, Travis, you're buying all these things. Why don't you
Not
just...
these. I mean, these are modular sense, which I more have hardware desktop.
No, I think like even if you played around with it, you could be entertained and not need more.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It's so complicated.
I play around with it.
I spent maybe 4 or 5 hours yesterday just trying to build.
And at college,
A
I had
little bit.
like real modular sense, so I have played around.
Oh
with it
shit!
before,
Oh, that's right.
What's the difference between a modular and hardware?
The chords.
So
I would
these,
say, right?
like this, like you make boxes, and these are like 8 or 10 individual
Right.
or more things that you put in. This is just a hardware box that.
Nice.
Let's.
The problem with this variant, man, is that I'm still not super familiar with all of the black pieces moves.
Yeah. Let's do a rematch, but me playing black again. So we're gonna do a rematch, but abort that game.
Yeah.
Do another rematch.
Wow, I didn't know you hated life, Travis.
Well, we had a pretty good game with me as light pieces. Do you see the game abort / rematch or no?
Yeah, I'm pressing rematch. It's just not.
I pushed rematch and then I accepted it in game abort because we need to switch sides. I
So I
can
just need to,
go make a new one if you need to.
you know.
All right.
Excuse me.
There we go. All right. So I guess modulars are made, with like kind of almost. I guess almost the difference between like Apple and
just different thing. Orange.
Well, and like Google stuff where like you can make.
Oh! I thought you were saying fruits, apple and orange. So Apple and Google being like they're just different operating systems. You can do the same thing, but.
But Google and stuff is more modular, where you can connect other things.
Yeah. But with a hardware synth, it's like, yeah, the manufacturer makes other things for it.
Yeah.
But then,
I mean, this can hook up to 4 other synths, and this can hook up to 8. So that's very nice. Like I can sequence other synthesizers through this. But modulars will work with every single thing ever almost. I mean,
right.
And there's even hardware synths that can work with desktop hardware synths that like Mike's looking at getting.
How are modules just built to like some kind of standard?
Oh, goddamn.
I mean, I think just the different connections maybe, or like simpler connections.
Okay. Well, I mean that makes sense, I guess.
And
I think it also might be grasped here is the fact that I think a lot of modulars function on like an in-out system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you have all the same ports and the same sort of chords.
Yeah, they're pretty universal on patch chords and power and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're like always sending out the same kind of like thing. So any module is built to like consume that signal and then change it up.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, and I wonder what the underlying technology is to make that work.
I mean, it's definitely pretty interesting. I mean, it's definitely like just with sine waves, square waves, stuff like that, and fluctuating and adding together.
You can work in a lot more.
So that's the other thing. Almost all of those are based on subtractive synthesis, and this is FM synthesis, which is quite different.
Can you explain that in layman's terms?
I couldn't explain it that well, but this one is just newer, and FM synthesis is a lot more newer and more complicated, where it uses a lot more algorithms to layer.
Yeah, but so what does that even mean, though? Like, if you were trying to sell me something, I'd be like, why do I give a shit? You know? Does that mean I'm just going to pay more for it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it digital versus like analog, basically?
Yeah, there are digital, and there's hybrids, digital and analog stuff.
Okay, because that makes sense to me. Like, digital being controlled mathematically, and then analog being some kind of like.
It still is. It's just like the company made the algorithms.
Sure. Yeah. But you have like, let's see, what's a good comparison for this? Because there aren't analog computers.
I think I can kind of explain it for you, Grassberry. Maybe not to the exact same extent that Travis would be able to if we had all the same.
I can show it to you when I turn this on. Like, I mean, I know a video would do it better. I haven't watched a video in a bit, but.
Hey, got that email, Trey, with the pics. I'm gonna fold these up on my computer.
I think essentially, what a lot of like modular synths do is they allow you to add like different variables to the sound.
Mm.
The way that, like in GarageBand, the way that we might play with like EQ, you can just add like add different variables. Like each thing that you add just changes the way that the sound is perceived a little bit, and it changes the way that the
so it is
waveform.
called analog.
Yeah.
Travis just Googled it here. No, and so that makes sense, Schroeder, for sure. I just analog, like here. What was that thing I was coming up with for the comparison? It's like an analog device would be like, you know, a copper wire to measure, like a copper wire that, oh man, what would be? Yeah, to measure temperature, basically. You know, like
Right.
they have those springs in your, or not springs, but coils in your thermostat where it's like, it'll expand if it gets to a certain temperature, and that's how it's able to measure. But that's like analog because, you know, temperature is technically infinite, and there's no one, there's no degree of accuracy. You can measure a degree of accuracy with a digital device, but if you're gonna do it with an analog one, well, you could keep going smaller and smaller and smaller. There was a Reddit post, wasn't there? Oh yeah, here you go. It said subtractive too. What does that mean?
Subtractive is what
FM?
analog is.
Oh, what
Analog is.
Okay. Oh, it must mean like subtractive as in consuming it somehow and like maybe modifying it by like, I don't know.
Oh wow, these are a lot longer than I thought.
Well, I mean, if you took the time, there we go. Very simple signal chain of an oscillator running through a filter. Yeah. Well, an oscillator is something that creates a wave. So that's like what you were saying, Schroeder. And then you apply
so
the filter.
basically, I think the way that it's more analog from like the metaphor that you were making is the fact that you basically just you're just like it all kind of functions based off of like a single wave. Like they have a visualizer on this program, and anytime you make any sort of sound, it's making a wave. So then anytime you add other stuff.
What's your password, Travis? Is it still Michaela like something? What?
Why would you say that when we were recording?
Say what? Your home Wi-Fi password? What, is somebody going to come and park outside?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. And I also don't think you probably have to be right outside. But.
Yeah.
I'll just write it down. How about that?
Yeah, no, you're free to tell me it however you want to. I didn't say the full thing, and Travis, I wouldn't really worry about it because if someone's going to come to your house, they could do a lot worse things.
You don't have to come to your house to use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they definitely do. Your Wi-Fi password means nothing through the internet. If they wanted to get to your internet, Travis, there's multiple other routes. Trust me on this.
Unless
they would never. No one accessing you through the internet would ever give a shit about
but why would I risk
Wi-Fi
that?
password. Because there is zero risk, is what I'm telling you. From my,
you know why it's not zero risk.
Go ahead.
You want to know why it's not zero risk, Crossfire?
Yeah, because it can never be zero risk.
Because a lot of dummies like to use the same passwords for everything.
Yeah, that is true. Hey, you got caps lock on. Oh shoot, I gave it away. Caps lock is supposed to be on because the password is cheeseburger17. Now,
actually, he changed the password to snowball pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. I'm really not sure what it is right now. I'm trying to.
I remember what it used to be. I'll just put that in. Yeah, I mean, the only way, like, someone doesn't come to your house, they're never going to give a shit about your Wi-Fi password because they're going to use your IP address, which is a function of your ISP. So they're going to go through, like, your internet provider.
What does the International Slug Patrol have anything to do with this, brother?
Or the ICP. Travis, that didn't work.
No. we're playing. Alma and I are playing a D&D campaign where we were fighting like some time warping elves, and there's this living castle, and it gave us like base paint, and I was like, "Hey, look at us, we're the ICE."
Oh my god! Woo woo!
What are magnets? How do they work?
Is it another different?
It's something around that.
I know, but maybe it's a different number at the end. What do you think, Internet? Can you help us crack Travis's Wi-Fi password? No, that's the thing. Let's see. No one could even... Well, they could... So, Travis, here's the password that would matter for someone who would hack your local internet here. Your router's actual administrator password. Because...
I've actually been looking for that.
It's the default one. If you're on the network...
It's not like admin and password and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
No, it's not.
I know you've tried admin and password, but there's just so many other combinations that it could be. And unless someone changed it, it would be the default one. So hold on.
It's not the default one. It's not the one on the router.
Then who changed it? Did you look on the router?
Yes, I said it's not the one on the router.
Well, you could just reset the router then. Seriously. That's what people do when they forget the password, is they just reset the router. But so the only way it would be a risk for someone to know your Wi-Fi password is that then they could come to your house. If they could come to your house, if they knew where you lived, then they could be able to connect to your Wi-Fi. And then if other computers were exposed, which they're normally not, you normally have a firewall. I mean, there are certain ways that people can get in, but someone smart enough, like, you're not gonna. I feel like they're not gonna waste their time. Like, what would they gain? You know.
I don't ask that about random people on the internet. About what would they gain from doing random things.
Yeah, but I'm just going with Occam's razor here. You know, simplest explanation for things. I feel like
simplest for me. Simplest is don't just randomly say passwords on the internet.
And that's why I didn't completely say it more. You know.
Yeah, Travis, your sister's name is public.
Oh, well, now they really know. Fuck. God damn it, Travis. How did we not know this? Is your mom up there? She probably knows, right?
No, my mom's not in this house.
Somebody's watching TV. They're watching...
The TV's on.
Shark Tank.
The TV's on.
But the person on the internet already knew that because they're outside. What else do you think it could be? I tried with a capital. Oh, yeah. Then I'll try the other, oh, shit! Woo! We're in. Hack everything. Yeah, so now I'll show you what your, scribble, scrap.
What's your credit card number?
It's 4159772801
Nice.
1573.
All right. So that's some games of Synochess. Obviously, it is there's quite a learning curve to get some of these pieces. I've just played a lot more random chess pieces than Schroeder has, and it does take just a little bit to learn some or all these pieces. But it's a very fun game. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.
It'll be better next time.